And next one. Please give me Coke. Coke. It's Coke. It's in English. I still remember the first time I went to America. I was at the airplane. I asked flight attendants that, can I get a cola? And she asked me, excuse me? I keep saying, cola, cola, cola. But it was not cola, it was Coke. It was Coke. It's Coke actually, right? So maybe a few Korean people could understand if you just say Coke, but most people cannot understand. Do you have Coke? Remember Coke? It's not Coke in Korean. What's Coke? So do you have? What do you have? Good. So Coke. And they said yes. What's yes? Simple. Please give me Coke. Oh, please give me Coke. I want a Coke. Please give me Coke. Coke. And ask them the price of Coke. How much is this? How much is this? What's this? Then when you leave after buying something, you always say thank you. And next one. Please give me Coke. Coke. It's Coke. It's in English. I still remember the first time I went to America. I was at the airplane. I asked flight attendants that, can I get a cola? And she asked me, excuse me? I keep saying, cola, cola, cola. But it was not cola, it was Coke. It was Coke. It's Coke actually, right? So maybe a few Korean people could understand if you just say Coke, but most people cannot understand. Do you have Coke? Remember Coke? It's not Coke in Korean. What's Coke? So do you have? What do you have? Good. So Coke.
Okay. I'll have to call people on that. I like that video. Cheers me up. As an English teacher, it cheers me up. Hey, and if you're wondering, that's real. That's real. When I worked as a teacher, English teacher assistant, they call it ALT or whatever, assistant language teacher. When I worked as an ALT in the junior highs and high schools, yeah, that's what we dealt with. Those were our bosses. Those were the main teachers, and we call ourselves walking tape recorders. We just repeated the words so the kids could learn the pronunciation correctly. But yeah, that was real. That video still gives me a chuckle every time. Hey guys, long time no see. Wow, how you guys doing? I haven't done a stream in ages, but I thought I'd do it. I have my little thing going here so I can see any comments you want to leave behind. I got a lot to cover, and I don't even know where to begin. There's so much to cover between Nissan, Tesla, the new Note. I got a new channel I like to recommend. I like to do that sometimes. I recommend channels I find they're pretty good. What else do I have on here? Oh, I have camping goods lately because of the Coco thing going on. We do a lot of camping lately for entertainment and stuff like that. So I have some camping suggestions and things like that. Like, what's in here? What is this? What is this? I don't know. Later I'll talk about that. So that's pretty cool. I got two diehards that are staying with me. Welcome. Hey, say hi so I know who's there if you can. Much appreciation. Also, give this video a like. I know we haven't started yet. Give it a like anyways. I appreciate that. Down to one. So my diehard fans are leaving by the droves. As soon as you see my face, you pull out, huh? You just like, bye. Got a lot to talk about, guys. You know, some of the stuff is maybe old news. I could have done a stream weeks ago, but the weather was too good. I'm gonna be honest. I was out. I was having fun. Today the weather's not so good. It's sunny, but it's very, very windy today. So it gives me time to chat with you guys and get caught up. Let's just get started because down to one. Hey, whoever you are, thank you for hanging. Thank you for hanging with me. See here. I guess we'll start off with the Nissan Note. The Nissan Note. It just I left something out. I made that video about the Nissan Note, and I told it after that. I just forgot. Something's interesting about the Nissan Note is it's multilingual. That's something new. Nissan doesn't do that over here. But I went to the menu on the in the car for the for your not the menu for the navigation, but the menu for your actual meters and stuff. And it's bilingual. There's Chinese, English. I can't remember, but there's other languages as well. Multiple languages. But the key thing here is there's English on it, which means, because I've never seen this before, not even the Leaf over here, but with the Note being multilingual, maybe it will show up in your neck of the woods eventually. Maybe the new Note will show up in other countries soon, which would be really cool for you guys out there looking for the e-Power new Note. It's a decent car. It's okay. You know how I feel about hybrids. I'm still not a huge fan of hybrids, but if I was going to get one, I think the e-Power Note would be one I'd be seriously interested in. That or the RAV4. The new RAV4 is pretty. The PHEV, pretty sweet. But I prefer full electric. You know that. Everybody knows that. It's just because hybrids and plug-in hybrids, you just have more possibilities of things going around. When you're doing with electronics and that much sophistication, you hold on to the car for a decent length of time, you're probably going to have some pretty big repair bills when you're dealing with hybrids or something like that. It's just a lot more stuff that can go wrong. Either go full gasoline, as far as I'm concerned, or go full electric. That's the safest for running costs, keeping the running costs low. Yeah, so that's it. The Note is bilingual now, or multilingual. So that's pretty cool. You guys might see it in your neck of the woods. I should have mentioned that in my video. I apologize. I just totally I spaced it. Another thing I want to talk about is there's a I saw this video, and I took a shot. I took a screenshot, and I forgot to put it up here. Hang on, let me grab it real quick. I saw a video. It's from a company. I think it's called Canoe. Anybody know the Canoe company? Yeah, they came out with this truck to take on the Cybertruck. Oh yeah. They're they want to take on the Cybertruck, guys, with the Canoe. I think this is it. Oh yeah, there it is. Let me pop that puppy up. There you go. So that I watched this video, and no, I didn't thumbs down. I didn't give it a thumbs down yet, but I will, not because of the guy that posted it. That guy's cool, no. The video itself was it was hilarious. It's so ridiculous. Canoe is just, it's Solyndra. That is Solyndra. I mean, people give Rivian a bad time, like, oh, I'll believe when I see it, but Canoe, oh my gosh, they're worse. I even think I think Jay Leno went there even like 2 years ago, and they still haven't put anything out yet. And they just keep putting out different cars, like different designs that they're saying that are gonna be available. And this is the latest one. Canoe new pickup and all-American truck ready for work in the weekend. And if you watch the video, you will laugh your rear end off. Well, it's a blatant ripoff in a lot of areas from the Cybertruck. For example, the truck bed running lights, the LED lights that line the truck bed. That's blatantly ripped off from Tesla Cybertruck. But then they did stay unique. They have this one unique thing, which is interesting. I don't know how practical it is, but you can open the back gate, and you can extend the cab. Extend the bed. The truck bed is a 6 foot bed, and you can extend to 8 feet by opening the gate and pulling out an extension. It's kind of like a cutting board that comes out. Looks like a cutting board, right? And as they say, you can make it 8 feet long doing it that way. But there's no gate. You can't close the gate, obviously. When you pull that extension out, it's open. It's now an open back end. So I don't know how practical that's going to be completely, but it's clever. I'll give them that. I'll give them credit on that. That's a clever idea. No comments yet? Okay. Anyways, this truck, it was hilarious. The whole. You gotta watch this video, guys. Or I guess, guys, watch this video. You'll love it. It's hilarious. There was comments in the video. I was laughing my butt off on some of the comments, like, one guy wrote in the comments like, "Wow, that truck uses so much electricity, it didn't have enough power for the exterior lighting." I mean, it's dark. It's dark on the when they're showing you the truck. It's hard to see anything. It's a pretty dark shot, and the two guys that are talking about it are pretty hilarious. Also, I guess they're saying it's going to take 10 years before it's going to be released or something like that. I don't know. So one of the commenters said 10 years from now and 100 grand. I don't think that's the people's truck. I don't think that's going to be like a really, that's not a viable truck for a work truck. And I don't know if that's true. I don't know if those numbers are true, but if they are, I mean, I don't know. They didn't give much information. They really didn't give much information at all. They were just showing all these innovative ideas they thought of for using it for a truck, like the extendable truck bed, and the front end has a front that opens up and becomes a workstation. They were showing all that innovative stuff. They didn't talk numbers. They didn't give you battery pack size. Didn't give you range really. I don't think. I watched the video. I think I would have remembered. They didn't give anything like that, any details. And so, yeah, that was a funny video. I was like, yeah, that's never gonna happen. That truck is never going to happen. I thought it was pretty funny. I was laughing. It was like, come on, Canoe. Why don't you just tell everybody you're ripping everybody off? I don't know. It's just there's so many startup companies just trying to suckle the teeth of the government, trying to get their money. That those what is it? Obama started the alternative energy and money and stuff. I don't know, the Green Air Act or whatever it is. But yeah, they're just trying to collect some money from the government, all that stuff. And so did Tesla though. That was in the news. Tesla they showed a pretty good profit margin, but some guy worked it out. I was like, well, that was the only reason why they showed a profit again was because of all the tax credits they just collected. And so it was they're breaking even though. At least they're breaking even. Canoe's not even making anything. I'm not gonna be too hard on Tesla today. I'm really not. As easy it is to be, but I'm not. Actually, I'm really happy with Tesla right now in Japan. Turns out, and this is a shout out to Oslo Jim. Hey, buddy, Oslo Jim. Thanks so much for all this information he gave me. This is a long time. He told me this a long time ago, but I'm just making a stream now. He notified me that the China. And it was kind of back up what I was saying a long time ago. China is starting to ship their Model 3s over to the UK. So the UK is not getting the Model 3s from America anymore. They're getting it from China, getting the cars from China. And I was saying that. I remember when they built the Gigafactory in China, I was saying, that's kind of, I don't know how it's going to be. I hope their cars are good because I just know they're going to start shipping them out to other countries. I hope they're built as well as in America. And everybody says, no. China's a big market. They just need that. They need that plant over there to keep the cost down, and they have a huge supply chain over there in China. They blah blah blah. And I was like, no. They have a huge. There's areas in China where Tesla's very popular and they can sell pretty well. But most of China still is not Tesla. It's not accessible to Tesla, and they couldn't afford it anyways. The people outside the big cities, they can't afford Tesla, anyways. In China, the big cities. There's 3 big cities in China that are very they're growing very quickly. Those are technology cities and stuff, and yeah, they have a pretty good market in those cities, to a point. I mean, not everybody's rich, even in the cities, from the technology, these tech companies and stuff. Anyways, so I said, no, I think they're going to be shipping them to other countries. I was saying, I hope they ship them to Japan, because maybe they'll be a lot cheaper. Because right now, from America, the Teslas, you add about $20,000 onto the Tesla's cost to cover shipping and all that other BS, tariffs and things like that. And so I was like, it'd be a lot cheaper probably if they came from China, because shipping obviously is a lot less. China's very close to Japan. And people say, no. That's just for a thing. But anyways, thanks to Oslo Jim, yes, UK is getting them, and I think Japan is, because another thing that Oslo Jim told me about was Tesla dropped the prices on the Model 3 over here. And I haven't confirmed. I haven't gone to Tesla because they're being really weird right now because of the Coco thing going on. So it's hard to make a reservation to meet them. But yeah, I would like to go because I'd like to confirm. I think These are Chinese-made Teslas now in Japan because the price has come down a lot. As a matter of fact, they are putting the pressure on Nissan big time over here. Big time. Nissan seems to be going the opposite direction lately with their EVs. Like I said, anybody buys a new Leaf right now will not get the same kind of charging network card that I have. I'm grandfathered in, so I have a really good deal. I pay $20 a month, and it's a flat rate. I can use the charger network all over Japan as much as I want for $20 a month. I don't get charged extra. The new plan that if anyone buys a Leaf now, the new cards, nothing like that. They're much more expensive. You have to pay a monthly. The cheapest one you can get for monthly annual price is $40 a month, and that just gives you maybe I think it's 3 or 4 charges. Then after that, they charge you per minute. If you spend $100 a month for the annual monthly rate, you get a few more charges, but still I think it works out to like maybe 10, 15 charges max for the month. And then if you go over those 10 or 15 charges, you're going to be spending money. Now, if it's 15 charges, especially with the new Leaf, you probably can get away with it if you don't take a lot of trips. If you just use it for everyday use. Even my first gen Leaf, on the nice weather days, like right now we're having warmer weather, we go 3 or 4 days between charges on it right now. I only charge to 80%. And with that small little 24 kilowatt hour battery pack, for everyday use, we can put about 80 to 100 kilometers on it before we need to charge it. And for everyday use, right? And that's like 3 days of use before we have to charge again. So probably the $100 a month plan would get you, you'd be fine for the most part. But you start taking trips, and that's out the window. You're gonna start paying by the minute, which is kind of pricey. So that plus the fact that a new Leaf with Pro Pilot and things like that is still pushing $49,000. The new Model 3 over here, if you buy the Basic Plus, or it's called Standard Plus, rear drive only model is $30-some thousand. And no, they don't have a good network yet. They still only have like maybe 14, 15 charges max for the whole country. But you don't pay an annual rate, luckily. They just charge you for they do it by the minute over here. I guess according to the Tesla guy, he told me Japan's very strict. So they're never going to be able to do version 3 charging over here. It'll never be available. The best you can do is 120 kilowatts charging over here. And another thing that Japan is strict about is they can't charge by the kilowatt. They can only charge by the minute. And so you do pay a minute rate to charge your Tesla, but I think it's still, if you're just using it for everyday use with the kind of range you get with the Model 3's range, the Standard Plus even, it blows the doors off the 40 kilowatt hour Leaf's range. And then if you get the 62 kilowatt hour Leaf, well then you're over $50-some thousand. You're way outside the price range, and the entry level Model 3 is still really close. Like, I think it's almost the same. The Model 3 is an extremely efficient, energy efficient car. The batteries they're using on it from the Chinese plant, I think, are the newer batteries. If we're getting the Chinese models over here, it's just a way better car. The funny thing is, I was looking at used Model 3s because now they have the 2021s are showing up over here. I was looking at the older ones, 19s, and they're actually more expensive through Tesla to buy a used one than the new one. Partially is because they come with the full Pro Pilot, or not Pro Pilot, Autopilot, full Autopilot package. But in this country, that's just still not usable. You're still not able to use any of the features on the full package. You pay $8,500 over here for it, but nothing's unlocked yet. The government's very strict over here. Once again, very regulated country here with cars and traffic. And the Tesla guy that I was talking to, he was, full disclosure, he was telling me, I own a Tesla and I didn't buy that package. He was like telling me, wink wink, I don't think, because he really doesn't feel confident about Japanese government ever allowing full, I don't know what's the term to use, but full autopilot ability on the new model, on any of the new Teslas over here. So why would I buy used with the autopilot that I don't need? I just get the standard autopilot, and it's more than enough for this country. So yeah, you're better off just buying the Standard Plus. It's still rated out. I have a picture. Let me put it up. Let's take this canoe thing down, which is hilarious. And let me put up, where is it, Model 3. There it is. So this is the Standard Plus, right? Yeah, this is Standard Plus. And it's showing 448 kilometers of range over here, which is about right. Because the speeds are much lower over here, it gets much better range here than in the UK or America. And it says 4,434 which is way less than the 40 kilowatt hour Leaf with ProPilot and everything, because this does come with standard, like this the standard autopilot, and it comes with the same range. It comes with much more features. Now it has a power trunk on it. It also has the frunk, which the Leaf doesn't have. It also has the heated steering wheel. Now, if it's a Chinese model, it comes with a heated steering wheel. The American model does not have a heated steering wheel, but the Chinese model does have a heated steering wheel. So like I said, I do need to confirm to see if these are Chinese cars. If they're Chinese 3s, it has a heated steering wheel. It comes standard on it and stuff. You get $4,000 cash back. It's cash, not a tax credit. It's actual cash. You get $4,000 cash back from the government after purchasing it. So it works out to $39,000 for the Standard Plus. And I don't know why, but the Leaf does not get a $4,000 cash back. I think it's $2,000. It's half the price, which makes no sense. Tesla got some kind of better deal than Nissan. I think it has to do with Tesla over here doesn't sell near as many, so they get a better deal than Nissan. Nissan does sell a lot of Leafs. Like when I go out, all I see are Leafs anymore, basically, for electric cars. I'll see a 3 once in a great while. That might be changing soon with these new prices. This is so new. This is a big thing over here. With these Model 3s coming out with these prices, yeah, that's crazy. You're gonna see these. This is definitely gonna put pressure on Nissan, for sure. So, anyways, I thought I'd talk about that. It's pretty cool. You know, I'm not a big fan of Elon Musk at all, and Tesla's done a lot of things that made me scratch my head. But I still like I've always liked the Model S. That's a pipe dream anymore. That's ridiculous. But maybe someday I can get either used or maybe even a new Model 3 in the future someday. I'm not right away. It's something I want, something I don't need, but something I want, right? If it's something you want, I really recommend not buying anything. If it's something you need, maybe you look into it. But if you don't need to buy a new car, especially electric, because electrics tend to be more expensive for the range than a gasoline car. But if you don't need a car, and or you don't need that TV you want, don't do it. Right now, things are upside down right now. Things are very upside. Well, they've been upside down for a long time. And so I really don't recommend buying anything if you don't need it. So it's something I don't need, so I'm not going to be getting it. But maybe someday in the future I can afford it. That'd be awesome, because I've always wanted a Tesla. They are the batteries are really good. And the battery management system has really improved. I don't think they're going to have, I don't know. I haven't heard things about fires with the Model 3s or Ys like you hear with the S's and X's. The 3s and Ys, I've heard fire problems. I've heard a lot of other problems with the 3s and Ys, like windows popping out and things like that. But those are supposedly improving. One thing I found out with the Chinese-made car, I was watching this guy that in the UK, he bought a Chinese Model 3, and he was a little nervous because the Tesla forums, Tesla people that bought 3s, they were listing all the issues they had with their 3s, and it made him a little nervous. But when he got the Chinese-made, he's like, okay, the construction seems to be way better. So I think the typical Chinese people have that Japanese kind of work ethic, and so these cars are built pretty well. And so that's cool too. Only one person watching me today. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. I didn't warn anybody I was going to be making a video. I wasn't sure if I was. Had some free time before my wife. My wife's out in the DMV right now getting her license renewed, and so I thought, yeah, what the heck? I'll make a video. I hope all is good with you guys. Things are great over here. I'm loving life. Loving everything that's going on. Not letting the Coco thing go. You know, I don't let any of that get to me. Not going to get me down. I'm loving it. You know, it can get to you when you go out. When I go out with my family and all I see are just like muzzled faces everywhere, it's a bit of a psyop, but life's too good. Life's fun. Things stay interesting, don't they? Things are definitely interesting right now, and I enjoy that. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the other thing I want to talk about is Nissan is. They are still being plagued by that stupid thing they did with Carlos Ghosn and that Indian guy. I warned you about this Indian guy. There's an Indian guy that no, not Indian. He's what country is he from? Indonesian? Maybe he's Indonesian. I think he's an Indonesian guy, and he's very dark. So I thought he was Indian, but I think he's Indonesian, and he's really high up. And as a matter of fact, he was friends with Carlos Ghosn. You know, Carlos Ghosn raised him up through the ranks. He went up through the ranks pretty fast over here in Japan through corporate. And Carlos made him his right-hand man. Little did Carlos know that he had aspirations, extremely powerful aspirations. He wanted more. It was never. He's the secret king. He's the ultimate in gamma personality. This guy is the ultimate in gamma. Super nice to you, kisses your butt when you're around, but as soon as your back is turned, they're just doing everything they can to be the real king. I call it the secret king syndrome. And he came up with this plan to nail Carlos Ghosn to the wall, and he and the Japanese police worked out this terrible plan. It's just for the optics is just awful. It looked so bad. The way they ambushed him at the airport under the guise that he was going to have a meeting, and the way they handled him in prison, and the way they handled him in everything, and and Carlos escapes, of course. That's cool. But what happened is they wanted to do a internal investigation. Supposedly, we're going to do an internal investigation, see what happened, why all this happened. And the man they hired to do it was a UK national. He's an Indian guy, I think. Looks like he has Indian origins, but he's UK. And he's a lawyer. He was the highest up. He was the #1 lawyer at Nissan over here, corporate Nissan over here in Japan. And I think he'd been living here for, 8 years. His children were born over here. And so he started doing the investigation, and he started seeing all the corruption on the inside and all the BS that was going on, all the things weren't lining up. And he went to his superiors about this. It was, let me put the video up, a picture of the video. He went to his superiors, and they pretty much just ignored him. It was just dead quiet, nothing concerning it. And he didn't hear anything for a while. And then the next thing he knows, he's finding out he's not allowed to go into board meetings anymore. He's like, what? I've never been barred from board meetings. And he got repositioned, and then he started getting followed. He was having unmarked police or maybe in security from Nissan. They started following him around. It's a really scary scenario, scary story for this guy. And I even put one. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did post a video where his wife shot some video of him being harassed by Nissan. I don't know what it's called, security, Nissan security, and Yokohama court people came to his house and threatened to break down his door and arrest him if he didn't let him in and stuff like that. I put some of that video up. And anyways, this video right here that I'm showing you, an insider revealed Nissan secrets, then face this wrath. I recommend you watching that. It's an expose, and it's pretty well done. So I think it's a pretty well done video, and it's regarding this lawyer that got pretty much, he got treated so terribly from a company he worked for 15 years. I think it's 15, and he's back in England now. He got sent back to the UK, kind of demoted, and his life has just turned upside down. He's still being treated like terribly, and so it's just interesting. You guys need to watch that. And this is not helping Nissan's image at all. Nissan is trying to clean up their image ever since all this stuff happened. They're trying to do damage control, and then this expose comes out. It just reminds people of what you're doing with. And I say this all the time. If corporations, you have to understand, by the very nature of a corporation, by the very nature, a corporation is not psychopathic, but sociopathic. By its very nature, a corporation is sociopathic. Because corporations, it's corpse, it's dead, it's not a living thing, and so it's a very sociopathic entity by its very nature. So I get really angry with people. I do actually get angry with people when I see the brand loyalty people have with anything: Apple, Windows, Android, Tesla, Nissan. Doesn't matter what company they are. You have to understand that they are. It's not a living entity. It has no care what you. It's not trying to help you at all. They might say that in their little keynotes. Oh, this iPad's done great things, or the Apple Watch done great things for people. We're so proud of it. And they don't care. Corporations don't care about that stuff. They really don't. They care about the bottom line. That's what they care about, and that's all they care about. And it's just the way they are. It's just by its very nature how corporations work. Anyway, so people have brand loyalty, and I just use this video and I use this story about this guy. This guy worked for the company as their top lawyer for 15 years, and they asked him to do an internal investigation. He does it and finds out some stuff, and the way they treated him, it's like if they treat their own people this way, I've always said that. When you see corporations treat their own people this way, you really think they really care what they give you, what the car gives you, or why they're making the car? Like, are they really doing it for the environment? Are they really doing it for you? No. They care less about the environment. It's not a living thing. It's a dead thing. It's corpse. Corporation, corpse. It's not a real living thing. It doesn't care. All it cares about is the bottom line. And that's why it's laughable when they start getting to woke stuff. Like, start doing stuff for the transgenders and stuff. And that's really clowny. It's just, to me, it's funny. So anyways, please watch that video. It's a very interesting video. Once again, that's a shout out to Oslo Jim. I think he sent me a link to this video. It was fascinating. It was really good. I already knew most stuff. I talked about it before when I broke down what happened with Gon and stuff. And it just reaffirms what I said. This is before we actually got the words from this lawyer or the details. I got some of the details from another guy who was paying attention. He made a video about it, and I talked about it. But I mean, a lot of these details weren't to the public. Now they're starting to become more open, and it just reaffirms I was right. And it was a bad move that Nissan made when they did what they did with Gon. And I'm not saying Gon was innocent, but the way they handled the situation, the optics, not good. Not good. All right, so I think I handled those two things really quick. Let me talk about some camping stuff real quick. Let me hit the camping stuff. So lately, because of the Coco thing going on, there's not a lot you can do. There's not a lot you can do right now, right, guys? So I think a lot of people, not just my family, but a lot of people are getting into camping. Unfortunately, because of the Coco thing going on, a lot of campgrounds are shut down. But you can still find them once in a while. I found a great one in Fukushima. I know everybody says, "Oh no, Fukushima, nuclear disaster." Well, Fukushima is a gigantic prefecture. It's huge, and if you go to the north, the central part of what would they consider that? The west? No, the east. The way they do Japan, I guess they consider it the western part. But anyways, the way they do Japan on the map is insane. Like, anyways, so the western part of Japan and the central part of Japan, or central part of Fukushima, you go around there, it's just gorgeous country, beautiful country. And we found this really great campground next to a dam up in the mountains, and it's just beautiful, and it's 100% free. You don't have to do a check-in. You just show up anytime you want, and you can camp. It's a big campgrounds, and they have a nice facility. They have this huge covered sinks facility, so you can wash your stuff and things like that. They even have a barbecue pit area. There's toilets, pretty clean, pretty nice toilets. I don't like the privacy on the men's side. Like, for some reason, the way the toilets work, there's no doors for the men or women, the main doors for the men and women. And then you walk in and you got stalls, right? But the urinals are right there next to the opening. So when the women are walking by to go to their restroom, there you are hanging out for them to see. And you have more privacy going in the bushes. I hated that. I got nailed really bad the last time I went camping. My wife went to the toilet. It was early in the morning. She went and she came back, and I said, "Is there anyone there?" She says, "No, nobody's there." So I go up there. I'm using the restroom, thinking I'm by myself. All of a sudden, I hear a toilet flush on the women's side, and a woman comes out, and she's looking right at me. It's like, "Oh, great, thanks a lot, nice, nice." My wife didn't know about the woman. I guess she was like, super quiet. My wife didn't know about the other woman in her stall. It's like, okay, that's not good. But that's Japan. They do that all the time over here. Japan, the toilets for the men are not good. Anyways, so we're doing camping. We are finding free campsites and things like that. So one thing I recommend is like something like this. Something this size is perfect for camping. And I know a lot of people are kind of weary of cast iron, but let me tell you, cast iron is making a comeback. People are they're getting more savvy about the health issues of aluminum or Teflon, and so they're getting away from those kind of pots and pans. They're either going to stainless steel or to cast iron. Now, if you season a cast iron, if you season it correctly, and it doesn't mean salt and peppering it, but if you season it, seasoning means if you treat it correctly, it won't rust, and it also works just like Teflon. It's like a non-stick surface. You put something on it, it'll slide right off. It's pretty cool. And that's what we call seasoning. And I got this at a store. It's kind of, it's a Japanese version of IKEA. It's called Nitori. And I got this for 700 yen, $7. $7. It's not very big, but that's why I say it's perfect for camping. It's a perfect size. You can make a big enough breakfast for 2 people, roughly, in this thing. Kinda. And what's nice about cast iron is there's no plastic on it, right? It's all metal, right? So you can use it in the oven as well. And we've done some recipes with this already in the oven, which is really cool. But also the stovetop. Cast iron also retains its heat for a long time. So if you're using something like an induction range, which I have, very low electricity. Very low electricity. You heat this thing up, and it holds heat. You can turn the burner way down, and you can still keep cooking, no problem. It retains the heat really well on these things. They're durable. I mean, they're pretty much indestructible. Even if it rusts, you can just scrub the rust off, re-season it, and keep going. So I recommend something like this size, for camping. I love it. It's cool. Also, another thing that's really cool I recommend is this thing. This thing's pretty cool. So I was charging up my van at a high-end. It's a high-end what do you call it? Auto parts store kind of, but it's not the kind of auto parts store you're used to in America. It's more like gizmos and gadgets. They have, you know, all the gizmos. Like you can't buy engine parts or anything like that. You can do an oil change. They'll do an oil change for you at that place, but that's probably the extent of what they can do. Brake job, oil change, things like that. Simple things they can do on the location. But it's mainly like buying cup holders, floor mats, deodorizers, room deodorizers for your car, racks and storage things for the top of your car, things like that they sell. And so they have a lot of camping goods for the camper vans and stuff. Anyways, in the camping area, I found this, and it's a Bluetooth speaker, and it's got a 360-degree angle speaker, and it hooks up with anything right away, real easy. But there's also a little caveat to this. It's also a little thing else. No, it's not a camera. It's a projector. It's also a projector, and it's a pocket-sized projector, and it shoots onto almost any surface. It shoots a pretty bright picture, and you can link it to your phone, your computer, your tablet, or it's Android's built into it, so you can actually access Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, Prime. All stuff is built right into it. It just needs to be linked to your phone for the Wi-Fi, through a Wi-Fi connection. But yeah, you can do that. You can just run it off of there. But you can also screen share off of your computer, off your telephone, whatever. So you can do photo. You can do like slideshows, home videos, things you shot while you're camping with your friends or your family, and you can watch the hijinks at night before you go to bed and stuff. Or you can watch something on a show or a movie before you go to bed. It's very portable. It's made by Nebula, which is a lithium-ion battery company. So the batteries are very good on this thing. They last a long time. Charges fairly quickly. And I only charge to 80%. I don't charge over that. And I still get like 2 hours of video time. You get 30 hours of Bluetooth speaker and 2 hours of video on 80% charge. It's so compact. It has a tripod mount, so you can buy a little portable tripod and stand it up and something. It can work upside down. It can work this way. It can work even at angles. It adjusts. It's pretty cool, and I really recommend it. It was not expensive. This is Nebula 1. This is the first gen. It's called a Nebula. What's it called? Nebula Capsule. Nebula Capsule Pro. Nebula Capsule Pro. I think you can get these for like $250, $300. For a little bit more, they have an HD version, full HD. This is like 720 by 480. It's not really HD. They actually have an HD version that came out just recently for about $500. But honestly, this thing does great. This thing's fine for camping and stuff, for that kind of thing. It's so compact, so portable. It's very lightweight. It's so good for camping. Because when I go camping with my wife, we take the bike, we take the motorcycle most of the time because the roads we take and stuff. And so this is perfect for on the bike, and it's a lot of fun. This thing is a lot of fun. You have it comes with remote control, but you can also link it to your phone. The phone can be the full function remote as well. I recommend using the phone because the infrared remote control, the infrared sensor is. I hate this. Can't see where I'm. Right there. The infrared sensor is right there on the back of it. So if this thing is behind you, the sensor's not going to work. You know, the remote's not going to work. If it's in front of you, then yeah, you can use it that way. But anyways, the phone works from any angle because it's Bluetooth. Like I said, it's Android and Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. Great. It's a great Bluetooth speaker when you're camping. Small, compact. Because I have a small folding table. Doesn't have a lot of surface area on it, so it doesn't take a lot of real estate for music while you're eating and stuff. So it's really cool. Plus, like I said, at night you can watch movies and stuff on it. It's really cool. So highly recommend Nebula Capsule Pro. Check it out. So cool. Very cool for camping. And that's my camping gear. Oh, I did get a new tent. They have these tents called One Touch. I don't know if you guys heard about them. They're great for, once again, if you're on a motorcycle. I use a motorcycle to go camping most of the time. We did go camping just recently in the van. The van's great for that too. Because the whole family wanted to go. So 2 people slept in the van. 2 people slept in a tent. We have a 2-person tent outside. And the van's nice because it's full electric. You know, you can have the heater going. It doesn't bother anybody around you. It's really great. You know, no engine running, right? Second thing about the van is I have that 1,500 watt inverter. And so we have access to powerful lights and if we want to use cookers, electric cookers, we can use electric microwaves. You know, we have access to all that other stuff if we want to use that at the campgrounds and stuff. So we took the van last time, and this thing worked great in the van. Also, and we still use we have that little teeny cooker, and this thing actually works really good on that little teeny cooker. It has we use a gel, one of those gel things that's in a can about this big diameter, and we used to use that for fuel, and it worked great with this fry pan on the camping trip. So yeah, but most of the time we take a bike, and what they have is these one-touch tents. We have a 2-person one-touch tent, and it takes 3 seconds to open up. It opens almost like an umbrella, backwards umbrella. So you pull down from the top and poof, it pops out, basically. Pretty easy. Love it. But the one we have is really for hiking, not really for camping. It's for like a day camp. It's not for if it rains or anything, you're in trouble. So I just found through Amazon, I found another tent. One-touch tent, a 4-person, it's much bigger now, and it's waterproof, very waterproof, and very durable. And so I got that for $80 for a one-touch tent, 4-person tent, and the quality is pretty dang good on these things. And I really strongly recommend the one-touch because the benefits of the one-touch tents are not just setting up is so easy, anybody can do it, but they're compact, they're lightweight and compact. Like, I think this 4-person tent weighs 6 pounds, 7 pounds, and it's very common. When it's in a case, the case is only about yay big around and yay long. It's very compact, so it's great for if you're doing a motorcycle camping trip. But you can use it with the cars as well, like we do with the other tent. But yeah, so camping goods, those are my recommendations. One-touch tents, check them out. They're really cool. And if you're willing to spend $350 on one, you can get a gigantic one. It has all kinds of cool features, and they're really nice. And they are super easy to set up and break down, which is really convenient. And like I said, they get very compact. But yeah, most of them you can get for like between $50 to $80, and they're not bad. They're pretty decent. I think the $50 ones are not going to be very water resistant. You get to the $80, $90 range ones, those are going to be much more water resistant. So you want water resistant because you never know what the weather's going to be. You don't want to wake up in a pool of water. That would suck. really bad. So yeah, those are my recommendations. Check those out for camping. Anything else? I see there's 3 people watching. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Anybody out there that wants to send me a comment or a question? I got all kinds of things I could talk about. While you guys are out there just listening to me, I like to recommend channels sometimes when I find a cool channel, and this guy is hilarious. He's a photographer. I love photography. This guy's a photographer, but he's also a very intelligent man, very intelligent. And I don't know if you've ever heard of him. His channel's name is Theoria Apophasis. It's a very weird channel name. The guy's pretty entertaining. He's a decent guy. He's a gamma. He is a gamma. He comes off as a gamma. Maybe he's not, but he comes off that way. There's nothing wrong with gammas. I have no, some people don't like them, but gammas tend to be very intelligent people. Yeah, the problem with gammas a lot of time though is they're like that Indonesian guy that stabbed Carlos Ghosn in the back. They tend to be secret kings. They secretly want to, run the whole show. That's just the kind of people. They tend to be. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now. But anyways, they tend to be that way. But this guy he's really funny. He's interesting. He's very intelligent. He's a smart man. It's fun to listen to him. His channel name is Theoria Apophasis. Check it out if you can. He gives good photography tips on like what kind of cameras, lenses to buy, like for a good deal, good bargain, buy used. I don't think he ever buys new very often. He buys used himself a lot. But he seems to know his stuff. He seems to be pretty dang intelligent, and I enjoy it. So check him out. He's entertaining. So that's my channel recommendation for this stream. Anything else? Let's see here. Did you guys enjoy that video at the beginning? Oh well, maybe some of you didn't see it. All right. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed my stream. I hope you got something out of it. It looks like the Tesla Model 3s and the 2021s are looking much better, both America and Chinese, looking much better for quality control. Paint is looking much better, not so much orange peel or problems like that like they've had in the past. And the prices come way down in Japan, way down, to the point where I think even though they don't have as many charge points as Nissan has, you're kind of a fool to turn it up next to a Nissan. I think you're getting a better deal with the 3 now. You're definitely getting a better price, and the range is like comparable to the 62 kilowatt hour Leaf. I'm pretty sure, and pretty close. And yeah, it's a full featured car pretty much, and the batteries are pretty good. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Sorry there was no questions or comments, huh? Awesome. Okay, makes my life easy. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.